Hi golfers, Nick here from American Golf. I'm down at the Aintree store. So I have with me the new Benross driver. I've just got this in this week at American Golf. So it's the Evolution R. It features a recoil channel, which at the back here, a lot of the drivers do that. So there's a slight groove here at the back, which is designed to increase ball speed across the face. There's also adjustable weight at the back. So you've got 3 settings, you've got draw, neutral and fade. I've just got it in the neutral setting today. I've set it to 9 degrees. These drivers come with a Cura cage shaft, it's 50 grams. I've got the extra stiff in because for me, I've just tested the stiff, and the extra stiff feels a little bit better to me because it's a light shaft, just feels better in my hands. So 9 degrees, I'm going to hit a few shots on the GC2. I've got Pro V1 golf balls. We're going to take a look at some of the data, see how good this Benross driver is. If you've watched many of my reviews, you know I'll be looking at hitting it between 280, 290. Spin rate around 2,500 is pretty good numbers for me, and ball speed around 155 to 160. So let's see how this matches up. Interesting to see how this goes. So looks wise, I think it's a quite smart golf club. It's sort of the grey top finish, a little bit like the Titleist if you like, with a little arrow there. There's a little groove here, channel here, not sure what that's for, but it's a nice looking golf club, nice shape. Shaft's 45.5 inches long. So first hit, feels solid. Obviously, I think Benross have changed the acoustics in this driver to make it sound a bit better. So that's gone out to around 275. So not bad for the first hit. Ball speed really good, 158. That's very good that's sort of top average for me. Looking at some numbers there, backspin was a little bit high at 3,000, launched around 12.5. So just the backspin was a little bit high, a little bit of an overdraw there. Does feel good. Like, first set feels powerful. A little bit similar shot to that first one. So just warming up slightly. 277 distance. Ball speed again really good, 159, getting really good ball speed off this. Launching at 13, spin rate 2.5. So pretty standard numbers for me from the Benross there. So got 3 more. Can aim this a bit more down the right, just to allow for that draw. Does feel good, just push that out a little bit. It's drawing back slightly, looks a bit high. Does feel really good there. So distance wise, just over 270 yards there. Again, ball speed 159, very consistent, launched around 15. Backspin 3,500, so spin rate just jumped up a little bit there. I thought that on the flight. So it's just spinning up a little bit. I think maybe because it's a lighter shaft, potentially. Could be the head. 2 more. His first 3 shots are middled. That one was slightly heel, but so it's gone out to about 270 yards there. Wasn't the slightly off centre that strike, so it wasn't quite as good as those first 3. Ball speed 157, backspin 3,500, launched at 14.5. So just spinning up a little bit. So it may not be potentially the longest driver out in the market. It's easy to hit. I think we can hit a lot of fairways with this golf club. Okay, so last hit, just aim this down the right to allow for that draw. That felt really good. Nailed that. Nice flight. So I'm getting a lot of shape on this driver. So around 275, so pretty consistent sort of distance. Looking at some numbers there, ball speed 160, very good ball speed. Launch angle 13, spin rate just over 3,000. So first impression, just spinning up a little bit for me personally. Ball speed looks good, but we're going to sit down now and take a look at some of those numbers in a little bit more detail. So you see me hit some shots there on the GC2. First impressions with this driver, I think it looks pretty smart. It feels great off the face, and it feels easy to hit as well. Now, just looking at some numbers, first of all, ball speed 159 average, for me that's well up there with all of the drivers I've tested this year. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that. So ball speed off the face, awesome off this golf club. For me, it was just spinning up a little bit. I think you saw that on the video there. I was averaging just over 3,000 backspin, which for me is a little bit too high, and that's where you saw sort of a drop off in yardage. So looking at some numbers there, on average I was carrying at 255, so I'd normally expect somewhere between 265 and 270 carry for my normal golf swing. you saw there with the first 2 shots I just overdrew it, and I think it could be to do with the lighter shaft. Like I prefer to use something like a 65 gram stiff. This was like a 50 gram X. So I think maybe for me it was just spinning up a little bit, but it did feel easy to hit. So the first 2 shots I did overdraw, then I adjusted for that, and I hit those last 3 a little bit better. In terms of strike wise, just 1 shot hit slightly off centre. I think that was the 3rd or 4th shot, which is slightly towards the hill. The other 4 were absolutely nailed. So it felt good off the face, probably because I hit it well, but just spinning up a little bit for me. Looking at some other views, we look at the side view, looking at trajectory. A little bit of variance in trajectory, could be to the high spin. I did overdraw a couple as well, which probably went a bit lower. So looking at dispersion wasn't the best for me, but what was good was the fact that I could adjust for that. Those first 2 shots were just overdraw, and I could adjust for that, just start them down the right, and that sort of worked a lot better for me. So overall thoughts, I think this is a very good driver from Benross. I think at the price point, $199.99, which is half the price of some of the drivers out there on the market, I think I'm going to sell a lot of these at American Golf. And I think with this shaft, it does feel good. It's just a little bit light for maybe my swing speed, but I think for the average golfers out there, I think this is a really good option. I think it's definitely worth a try. I think if you're going to come down to American Golf, definitely give the Benross a try. I think I'm going to sell a lot of these this year at that price point. I think it's a bargain. So golfers, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, we are doing double value trading at American Golf. Details on the website. We are doing 0% finance as well. Details on the website. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you again soon. We're going to sit down now and take a look at some of that detail. It's still there. Feels good. Sounds good. Let's have a look at some of that detail. Let's have a look at some of that. Bit waffly, that, wasn't it?